Yes, hello, good afternoon, everyone. I'm not really sure how many people are out there and how many people will join us today. But I'm opening our room at this moment, the webinar, and I will be waiting, of course, for all of you to come in, and I will be seeing, who is in here and see the list of the people who are coming in. So we'll be waiting, of course, until 3 o'clock, maybe slightly after 3 o'clock. So hi, Ritesh, Nihal is here, Rashid, Dr. Zakir, Rami Abuchakra, and Vasiliki so far, 6 people out of 104 which registered. And actually, I can see that more and more people coming in. So wave at me and let us know where you're from. Put your name and your location where you're coming from into chat, so we can see where you're actually coming from. That would be awesome. I hope you can hear me. We have some internet issues here in our office in the last 2 days, so I hope everything will be okay. Philu is here, Ritesh Gupta, Maya, Ravi, Rashid, Mahak, Ram, Sabina Kuhn, Vivian Vass, Debbie, Elena, Ziba, a lot of people coming in, and again, many people from Dubai. Yeah, I can see that majority of us are from Dubai. Tell us where you're coming from, where you're from. Of course, we will be starting our webinar just in a minute. We will still wait just for a few more people who are getting on board. Of course, it's Dubai, right? So we always wait a little bit for the people who are coming from little later. You can see from Sharjah people here as well. Excellent. Oh, we have Kirtana from India, Gauri Shankar from Dubai. Yeah, Mehwish is from Dubai, Rashid from Dubai. That's good. Philu from Ram, Deborah from Dubai. Debbie, hi, nice to see you here. Kaunain from Sharjah, good, nice. Dr. Zakir is from Dubai. Sabina is from Dubai, of course. So that's awesome. Ritesh Gupta from Abu Dhabi, Naresh, hello, good afternoon to you too. He's from Dubai, and yeah, we have Kritika as well here. Nice to see you. Nice to see you from Dubai. So today we're going to talk about LinkedIn. I hope you all are excited as I am, because LinkedIn is really, I believe in the last 2 months, really during this COVID period, is becoming very, very popular platform, especially for us as a business owner. So if you're a business owner, maybe job seeker as well. I'm not really talking that much about from job seekers perspective, but we'll definitely touch upon that as well. Hello, Vikash, Naresh, hi, nice to see you. Khalas is from Ras Al Khaimah, coming Mushraf from Abu Dhabi. Senapati from India. Nice to see you here as well. So we have a very international audience today, and I hope you will all enjoy today's webinar. So I think it's 302. I think that's a good thing. Oh, Jumana from Netherlands. So all the way from Netherlands, excellent. Vivian was from India. So all of you, thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for joining me. Please, if you will have any technical issues during the webinar, please just raise your hand or just put it in a chat bot, so I will see that there is some issue. But the best is actually just to click on a hand, so then I see that there is some problem. So today's topic is, as I already told, is how to use LinkedIn in my business. LinkedIn is absolutely fantastic platform for all of us business owners, and we would like to know, of course we want to know how to use LinkedIn in my business. That's quite obvious. Before we dip into that topic, I just want to say a little bit about myself. My name is Vitek. I'm originally from Prague, from Czech Republic. I'm actually a TV producer by my profession, but for the last many years, I'm actually a video producer living here in Dubai for the last 8 years, from 2012. And I run a video production company, a video marketing company, which calls Square Motion. And I have a lot of other activities. So please do connect with me on LinkedIn. I'll be more than happy to actually have you in my contact list as a friend. So we run also a LinkedIn Smart podcast. So if you want to listen to some tips and tricks and all that, so you can go to all of your favorite sites, as a Stitcher or Apple Podcast or Google Podcast, and then you can just search for LinkedIn Smart Podcast and subscribe to that. That will be fantastic. So that's pretty much it about me. Let's dip into today's topic: why LinkedIn? And the question is obvious, but the answer is even more obvious, because LinkedIn is growing and growing rapidly. At this moment, LinkedIn has 690 million members in 200 countries worldwide. And if you look at the map, you will see that obviously United States, 169 million users. Europe has 157 million. But if you look at UAE, where we are right now, or majority of us probably are from UAE, we have more than 4 million users. So if you compare it to a population, which is roughly about 10 million people, so 40% or more than 40% people here in UAE are actually LinkedIn users, which is fantastic, right? This is definitely something to think about. Because people are spending more and more time on LinkedIn. And I was actually doing some research just recently, and that was one of those polls which you could have seen on my LinkedIn profile. And then if you see 66% of people out of the 311 votes which were there, spending more and more hours, like 2 and more hours on LinkedIn weekly, which is actually quite interesting. So what does it mean for us as a business owners is that basically people are on a LinkedIn and we just need to know how to reach out to them. Obviously, the majority of LinkedIn users post weekly and daily on the platform. Again, it's 69%, very high number of people. They are actually very active on LinkedIn, which is fantastic, which is really good. Obviously, I'm talking about LinkedIn from the perspective of a business owner. So I'm talking about LinkedIn because LinkedIn is really the best social network for lead generation. And we will talk about it, how to actually drive business from LinkedIn and see how that's will be affecting you and your business. LinkedIn, of course, gives credibility, drives referrals, and attracts new business contacts. So that's why we're talking about LinkedIn. There are 5 very important elements of success on LinkedIn. And these 5 things are: number 1, the building block of any success on LinkedIn is to have really good profile, to really have a killer profile, as I always say. Number 2, you need to know how to engage with the target audience. You need to know how to engage with the right people on LinkedIn. Number 3, you need to connect with the right people, and you need to know how to connect with the right people. Then we're talking about post, when to post, how to post, why to post. And number 5 is how to convert, how to take all these activities and convert it into actual business. And we're going to cover all these 5 steps today in the presentation. So let me start from the first impression of LinkedIn, and that is LinkedIn profile. So whenever somebody visits your page, your profile, personal profile or business page, first what they see is your profile headshot. So profiles with the professional headshot receive 14 times more views, 9 times more connection requests, and 36 times more messages. So to have a proper headshot is extremely important. So guys, if you have something like this on your profile, from party, from the wedding, with your kid, from the sport adventure, all these kind of things, please keep those photos for Facebook or Instagram or TikTok. That's fine, that's okay. But do not post or do not put them as a headshot, profile headshot to your business profile here on LinkedIn. It really doesn't belong here. Professional headshots look something like this. you know, and they have a certain specifics which I will talk about in a minute. So as you can see, they all have certain very clear aspects. What are they? They are passport format. So usually it's a chest shot. As you can see, my small thumbnail here in the webinar, something like this. That kind of composition you need to have. Second, you need to have an appropriate dress. You cannot just be in a t-shirt and then you are a business owner or something like this. If it's appropriate to have a dress and a tie and everything, that's fine. If not, if you want to be more casual, it's okay as well. Your dress should be relevant to what is your position, what is your business. I do actually like white background, not busy background, not a background with with some other things. Kind of like a disturbing, usually white or at least single color background, and then look in the camera and have a big bright smile. So as you can see here, my dear friend Yvonne Spiller, she is having absolutely fantastic photo, and I really like that. So these are basically just few action points which I want you to take away from this particular session, which have the passport format chest shot of your headshot, appropriate dress, you need to be groomed, of course, single color background, preferably white, as I mentioned, look into the camera and have big bright smile. If you don't believe me that it's important, you can actually check it out with your the artificial intelligence engine. So there is this website which you can go to. You can link. You can actually log into this with your LinkedIn profile, and Snapper.co will tell you everything about your profile photos on LinkedIn. So it's really interesting. There is another website which is called photofeeler.com. If you go here, you can even receive some comments from other users, and you can actually check out some other social media profile photos here as well. So those are two websites which you can check. We were talking about profile photo, as we are talking about first impression on the LinkedIn profile photo. Number two, headline. Headline parts of your LinkedIn profile and major factor in LinkedIn's search algorithm. So it's really extremely important to really have our headline professionally done. And the headline is basically, those are the few lines below your name which should give to your profile visitor a clear picture of what you do. Yeah. So let me talk about 4 different types of headlines which we can recognize. Number one, expert headline. Then it's a customer-facing headline, mission headline, and entertaining headline. Those are 4 different types of headlines, and I will talk about them now. So expert headline is usually good for people who are really, who consider themselves to be an expert, and they want to project that kind of expertise into their headline. It's usually for like top-level managers, perhaps some LinkedIn influencers, or some other influencers, for governmental officials and managing directors and people like that. Yeah. So that's a expert headline. If you're a business owner, I would highly advise and recommend try to use this headline, which is customer-facing headline. That usually starts with "I help" or "helping," "enabling," "empowering," and then you insert the target audience, to do, and again insert what. So you're directly talking to your target audience. And again, I will give few examples of this customer-facing headline in a minute. Mission headline is typically for governmental institutions, governmental officials, high-level ranking people from certain organizations and things like that. So the first headline here is from His Excellency Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. And so I would have that mission. If you have some mission-driven organization and you really want to put this as a headline, be my guest. It should be absolutely fine. And then of course there's an entertaining headline, and you could see that on a LinkedIn. There are so many different kind of headlines, and sometimes it's really funny what you can see there. Jack of all trades, master of none. Yeah. So there are some mistakes which people are making when creating headlines, and that's usually that they use words like a proactive, dedicated, so all these cliche words, so don't use those. Really try to cut them out. Definitely do not use any industry jargon, so then people don't understand who you are and what you do. And 3-letter abbreviations, as you can see in this example, that probably you really don't know what this person does. So how can you really connect with him? Or if he sends you a connection request, why would you connect with him? Because you really don't know what is he about. As I mentioned, me personally, I really like, because I'm a business owner, I really like this customer-facing headline. And here are a few examples which I want to give you, so then you know what I'm talking about. So this one is helping retailers find better performance, productivity, and profitability. Enterprise software engineer. So you see, he's talking directly to the retailers and talking about what he can do for them. And then he puts down his job description, or what he is, enterprise software engineer. Empowering corporate professionals to wake up happy on Mondays. Career happiness coach. Again, very focused headline, directing to the customers. Again, so if you're a corporate professional and it's you're not really waking up happy on Monday, probably you will be glad to come across this profile, and you will go and connect with this career happiness coach. I helped 7 SaaS businesses to reach 10 million revenue. Who wants to be number 8? Interesting, very, very focused headline as well, and giving exactly what the person does. And then, if you want to be number 8 to reach 10 million revenue, probably you will definitely give a shout to this person, or connect with him. I help businesses turn clicks into customers. CEO of Fusion Creative Digital Marketing Agency. Again, very, very interesting customer-facing headline. What are mistakes? What I'm seeing from the job seekers and people who want to looking for an employment is that many times they put that they're unemployed or things like that. Please don't put anything like this there, because recruiters, they don't look for unemployed, they look for the skills. So be always mindful that you put some skills in there, not word unemployed. That really doesn't work. So we are talking still about first impression. We were talking about profile photo. We were talking about LinkedIn headline. And now let's talk about LinkedIn banner. The banner is this big premium space above your photo. And how many times I see that the people are not using it for the brand. And I really wonder, why? Why is it that, people are leaving it blue with these dots, the default banner? It's really weird. Like this. This is really a big mistake. Don't do that. It's a big, huge premium space. It's like, imagine that you have you paid for a billboard on Shakeside Road, for example, and then you're leaving it empty. Why? Why would you do that? You wouldn't do that, right? So don't leave it empty there, and make sure that you actually use it for your brand. Here are a few examples again, which I wanted to show you of how people are using it correctly for the brand. So as you can see, for example, Austin is using it, very nicely, where he was featured in what kind of magazines. Rachel is using it for her book. So she wrote a book, so she's featuring the book here. Anthony James, he's actually top voice of LinkedIn, so he's featuring that in this. So it's very interesting how people are using it. This is another example, how you can use the big space and what you can actually do with that. And I think these are quite decent. So if you don't know where to do it, here it is. Canva.com, absolutely fantastic, must platform for anybody who wants to create any kind of design, whether it is social media, whatever it is, really. Canva, it's that's the number one tool which you use as a business owner, and they have the LinkedIn banner template. So if you go there, if you search for LinkedIn banner templates, they have some templates there. You can choose from some photos, different kind of things. You just put your logo there, or maybe some other things you can add, and you have fantastic platform. Fantastic banner. If you want to design some extra things as well, check out this website, wisme.com, which actually is also a graphic design platform. So we were talking and still talking about first impression, and part of the first impression is still LinkedIn summary. LinkedIn summary many times is mistaken. People think that it's their CV. No, it's your story, and that's slightly different. So you need to always think that that story should be personable and should be written in the first person. So when you write this about summary for your LinkedIn, please be personable. Share your story, write it in the first person, and think about it, especially if you're business owners and if you want to really reach out to other customers. Be customer centric even in here in this part, yeah. And don't forget to add call to action, and I will talk about it just in a minute. So make sure that the first sentence counts. So it's like it's a teaser, and the people will click on more, and then they will read your about story. Use some keywords, industry specific keywords, because again, LinkedIn search algorithm is using this part as well. Cut the jargon, of course. Do not use any words which people they don't know and don't understand. Write how you speak. That's usually the good thing. Use paragraphs, so then the text looks a little bit more easily to be digested. And you can use also some icons and graphic elements, and add contact details. So many times I see that people are writing quite nice about summary, but they don't have any phone number or email or website. So make it easier for people to actually reach out to you. So these are some few examples of what I consider quite decent LinkedIn summary, about summary. So as you can see here, there's here use some paragraphs. He definitely is using some bullet points, some keywords. This is another example of about summary, which uses certain icons and graphic elements. Do not overdo it. Also, many times I see that people are just putting so many smileys and emoticons there. Don't overdo it. Just be mindful of that. And yeah, so those were the LinkedIn about summary. There is something on your dashboard. If you check, you'll see if your profile is actually all-star profile, and it's important again because if people are searching for you or for certain people on LinkedIn, if you're not all-star profile, then you're actually missing out. So in order to get to all-star profile, you need to have an industry and location there. You need to have minimum of 3 skills on your profile. Of course, your profile photo upload it, 50 or more connections, current position with description, 2 past positions, and education. So those are the sections which need to be filled in order to get this badge of all-star. I was talking about the LinkedIn algorithm. LinkedIn algorithm actually searches for people, and then there are some how they do it with profile completeness. Of course, some connections in common. Connections by degree, if it's first, second, or third, and then what kind of groups you have in common with the person who is searching. So the action point from this session is complete your profile to all-star, upload your professional headshot, create your customer-centric headline, revise your about summary, make sure that it's written as we talk. I would add one more thing here, and that is add your LinkedIn banner. And then you can upload some videos, photos, and presentation to your featured section. We didn't talk about that feature section, but you can find it right below your about summary. So that was session number one. Number 2 is LinkedIn engagement, how to actually engage on LinkedIn. And there are some strategies which what you can do, and I will teach you what I call a 3-step or 3.5-step formula, if I should be correct. So number 1, you need to really identify your target audience. So you need to search for the right people you want to be connected with. Yeah, so you want to engage with. Number 2, if you search for those, visit their profile. So you can click on their profile because they will be prompted that you actually visited the profile, and then they will understand that you have certain interest in them or in their profile. And number 3, check what they do, some of their interests, and check their posts. Check their articles, check their posts, what they're posting. And if they're posting something, click on a like, and leave also comment, meaningful comment. And I really don't mean like a leave comment like, fantastic or wonderful or excellent or something like this. No, leave really some meaningful comment. So click on a comment button, sorry, on a comment, and then tell to the person, you know, how did you feel, or what the post was, why it was interesting for you. If these people actually are your first degree connection, you can do one more step as well, and that's the half. You can actually endorse them for their skills, but obviously that can happen only if they are already connected with you. Resist selling, please resist selling. Really, that's something which is really very, you know, many times I think people they just you know, they don't know better maybe, so that's why they do it. But really, do not sell. And I mean by selling, I mean really just asking people to, you know, to visit some, you know, your website or things like that. Just try to really resist this particular thing. Yeah. I hope you can all see my slides and everything. Everything is going well, and then everything is fine. Just give me the thumbs up if everything is all right, so then we don't have any technical difficulties. So we're talking about LinkedIn engagement, and the LinkedIn engagement you can enhance with joining some certain relevant groups. You can, of course, like and comment articles as well. You can customize your URL address of LinkedIn address. I will show you how, and engage with your profile viewers. So you check who is actually visiting your profile, and then you start engaging with them. So those are additional things what you can do in terms of engagement. What I always say to our clients, engage before connecting. So before you start connecting with those people, engage with them, because it makes much more easier afterwards to accept your connection request if you engage with them prior to connecting. So it's really important that step number two, as I said, LinkedIn profile, and number two is engaging, not connecting, engaging. Yeah. So I was talking about how to customize your LinkedIn URL, because LinkedIn is actually giving you some like a string of numbers, and sometimes it's not really very good. So if you want to have actually LinkedIn/in/ and then your name, you can check that out in the settings and privacy, edit your public profile, and then customize your URL. It's very easy, and it's really very good. If you want to message somebody who you're not connected with, you can do that actually. Not many people know that, but actually you can do that in a LinkedIn group. So if you're part of the same group as the other person, and he's not your first degree connection, you have a free account, you wouldn't be able otherwise to connect with that person. But if you're a member of the same group, then it's possible. So that's why it's actually good to join some industry specific groups. If you want to check how you're actually doing on LinkedIn, and how is LinkedIn analyzing your activities on the platform, you can go to Social Selling Index. As you can check that link, which is there, and that will tell you how you actually doing, what is your number, and then yeah, you can see your progress in that activities. It's actually interesting metrics which you can see. So what are the action points here? Identify from engagement. Identify 5 people you want to connect with. Visit their profile and gather the intelligence. So figure out what they do, and then go and engage with their posts and articles. Leave some meaningful comments. And if you can repeat this for a certain amount of time, usually 1 week, maybe even a little bit longer, you will see magic happens. Not that you need to connect with them, but probably they will be happy to connect with you. So they will send you the connection request. Yeah. So, and that's really one of the victory which you can get on LinkedIn. If you want to know something more about LinkedIn, we have, of course, some we offer some paid version or paid services, and that's something like this. It's a 45-minute session of a LinkedIn. We call it LinkedIn Business Audit, where we basically analyze your profile or business page. It's usually for business owners who really want to take the LinkedIn to the next level. We have like a very specific price for this for the webinar. So if you're interested, please just reach out to me. I think you have my LinkedIn profile, and then you can also send me an email to marketing@squaremotion.me. We were talking about LinkedIn profile, we were talking about LinkedIn engagement, and now let's talk about how to connect on LinkedIn. So obviously, how to connect on LinkedIn is extremely important, and one of the most obvious thing is connect with the people you know. I know it sounds silly to say that, but you know, how many times we have some people we worked with, clients we work with, and we're not connected with them on LinkedIn. And I can tell you that many times when we dip into those kind of ponds, quote unquote ponds, we find some low-hanging fruits in terms of a business. Many times when we do this with our clients, they suddenly find that that client which they haven't connected for a couple of years, they suddenly they appear and say, oh yeah, I need actually your services, or I need your product. So this is a really low-hanging fruit which we're sitting on. So go through your emails years back, and then reconnect with people you worked with, reconnect with your clients who are happy with your services, and get connected with them on LinkedIn. It's really interesting, how much money we can generate, or how much business we can generate just by this simple thing. Of course, then the second is connect with people you want to know. So identify the target audience. This is really extremely important, because also if you have the target audience, if you have those people you want to be connected with, then you're very focused on particular group of people. So you're not just connecting with left, right, and center, and you're just trying to to get everybody in. But you are strategic, and I think that's really important to think about. Yeah, so connect with people you want to know. Of course, if whenever you're connecting with people, and when you're sending your connection request, I always ask you, please send a personalized note. So really add a note. It makes so much different difference if you're sending a note. You will stand out immediately, because majority of the people, they don't do that. So you can tell to the person you want to be connected with why you want to connect with him. So perhaps again, resist any selling, yeah, but always add a personalized note, and you can use some of the intelligence which you gathered while visiting the profile of that person. So that's really interesting. How to find warm prospects. Like we all want clients who are kind of like almost ready to buy our services, right? So see who is commenting on your post, see who is engaging with your post, and start this discussion with that person. You can go and visit the profile. You can see if he or she fits into your category of your clients or potential clients, and just start talking to them. So it's obviously those are very warm prospects. Yeah. You can actually also, before I go to this one, you can also think who actually visited your profile, so you can check that out. Find nearby feature. I know that now we have our lockdown, or we social distancing and all that, so we're not really meeting and networking as such. But if we go back to to our networking in person, you can actually switch on your mobile your Bluetooth, and switch this feature, which is Find Nearby feature. And when you walk into networking event, you can actually connect with the people on LinkedIn who are part of that particular networking, which is very interesting. Usually, when we work with clients, and when we do some business related strategies from LinkedIn, we always ask them to create a follow-up messages and a sequence. Yeah. So when you what is the number one, what is number two, so you need to be ready. It's like with the sales process, every good salesperson will tell you that he has his sales pitch ready, and he has a second ready and third ready. So what are the layers? So similar thing here, like you have this follow-up message sequence ready. When people connecting with you, it's easier. You don't need to use it. You can always tweak it, and but at least you have something in hand. Yeah. Not many people know that you can actually download the list of your connections, which you have on the LinkedIn. So again, if you go to settings, privacy settings on your profile, you can see how LinkedIn uses your data, and then copy of your data can be obtained by LinkedIn, and LinkedIn will send it to you by CSV file. So it can be imported into your mailing list, or you can use it as an Excel sheet. What are the action points from here? Write approximately 3 versions of your connection request, as I was talking about, and prepare some follow-up sequence. Identify your specific target audience, approximately 3 groups, and send connection requests to at least 5 people a day. I don't know if it's too many. I hope not. But please start connecting with people you engaged with. So first engage with them, then connect with them. Yeah. If you want to know a little bit more about your connections, or about the people who you want to connect with on LinkedIn, you can actually do that. crystalknows.com is actually the Chrome extension. So if you install the Chrome extension, it will tell you, it will actually scan the LinkedIn profile of each particular person, and it will give the personality traits of the clients. It's kind of interesting. You can check it out. So number 4 is LinkedIn post. What, how, and why to post on LinkedIn. And of course, we always start with why, right? Like Simon Sinek, always start with why, and I think it's important. So why to post on LinkedIn, what to post on LinkedIn, and when to post on LinkedIn. Those are important questions. So the objective why to post on LinkedIn, I think it's really interesting. But posting on LinkedIn creates visibility, and that visibility needs to be engaging. So if you're posting just imagine you're posting just some of your PR articles, or something like a PR articles, people will not be engaging with those kind of posts. So always have in mind that why you're posting on LinkedIn is you want to start some conversation. You definitely want to start some conversation. So perhaps we can start even with a question. You always think that you want to share value. You want to be helpful. You want to build trust with your customers. You want to demonstrate your expertise and develop relationships and generate some new business. So those are like objectives why to post on LinkedIn, and please really keep them in mind whenever you're writing a post. I mean, does it start a conversation? Is it valuable? Is it helpful? Those are questions which I'm always asking when I'm posting on LinkedIn. And the other day I had another webinar, a similar webinar, and one person who is engaged with me for quite some time, she was very, very kind, and she was saying that she really likes my posts because they are always helpful, always adding some value. And this is exactly why is it? And she was asking like, how can I write something like this? And I was kind of like laughing inside, because I said like, yeah, well, this is my question. Every single time I write a post, I write not because it's me, but I want to add value. I want to start conversation on a LinkedIn. Yeah, so that's important really to keep that in mind. What you can post on the LinkedIn, you can start with a short form text. So as you can, if you will see, for example, if you go to my profile and you will see what I post, I usually post approximately 3 to 5 times a day. And I post sometimes very short, just the text post like this, and they are quite engaging. You can use a long form text as well. Again, make it a little bit more engaging and entertaining in terms of adding some emoticons and things like that. So that's so it will be more engaging for your viewers. You can of course always add a photo, which makes it even better. And I think videos are really doing well. They are really being pushed by LinkedIn organically. So if you create the videos, and I can see it really how many times I get really good number of views on my videos, because they're just much more engaging, and you get more comments. And the more comments you get, actually LinkedIn algorithm will push that video to more people on LinkedIn. Polls are actually very, very interesting. They've been introduced just recently. And If you have some questions, maybe you can gather some data or something like this. I do use it quite often, like every week, maybe every 2 weeks. I always add some poll, because I think it's really engaging, and people you can actually gather a lot of data from the poll. So just think about that. Articles. I have kind of like a love-and-hate relationship with articles, to be honest with you. I do write some articles about, like, usually twice a month. But to be very honest with you, I really need to spend a lot of time to push actually people to the articles to get some better engagement there. So let's see if maybe we'll have a better luck with this. So those are what to post on LinkedIn, and of course you can do also presentations, and the presentations are quite engaging actually. So you can always add some presentations to your post. Yeah. Are we okay, guys? Do you still see all the? I see that somebody said that audio and video frozen. I hope it's not from my side. I can still just give me thumbs up that everything is working perfectly. I don't want you to feel that there are some technical issues. So if we're talking about what to post on the LinkedIn, I will give you a few examples and a few inspirations. So, for example, what inspires you? Yeah. You can write about what inspires you. Second, answer some questions from the client. You can also create top 10 list of, for example, of your podcast. React to other posts, add some value to this. You can highlight your customers or your products, or not your products, or customers or the products of the customers. You can highlight certain common mistakes which is happening in your industry. Predict some future trends. Reveal your process. You can even do some book reviews. You can talk about favorite podcasts which are important for you. Some comments on industry news. You can share the biggest challenges or wins which you have. You can also do an interview with your clients. Very interesting one. And you can give a shout out to your guru. So those are just few examples or few inspirations of, sometimes people tell me, I don't know what to post about. Where are you coming up with all those ideas, about what? Come on, like these are, I don't know how many, maybe 10 different ideas. And imagine how many things you can really post about. Still, even if you don't know what to post about, you can always go to two websites. One is answerthepublic.com, which you can discover some content ideas or what people are actually asking about. So you can check that out. And Quora, of course, I think many of you know Quora. It's a very interesting platform where you can ask questions, and of course, again, you can just get some inspiration of what people are asking about and what you can actually do your post about. So we were talking about why to post, what type, and what is inspiration, and then when to post. I'm not really sure. I keep always struggling with this. I have here in my slides post at least 3 times a week, but I want to tell you, post daily. Please post daily. It's really important to be visible to your clients, to your audience. You really need to post daily, and it's really important because now more and more people are on LinkedIn, on a platform, and actually, not many times people think that if I post, all of my connections, they will see the post. Actually, that's not true. Only certain percentage of my connections will see, because LinkedIn, the LinkedIn algorithm actually works that the LinkedIn will actually push it to a certain amount of people, and they will see how people are engaging with that particular content. So it's half of a human thing and half of an AI. And if they see that actually that post generates some comments, some likes within first hour, then they will push it to more people, and that's how virality comes. Yeah. So if your content is really not engaging and nobody really is commenting, nobody's liking, LinkedIn will not show it to more people and more people. They will just shut it down and put it aside. So that's why many times you see that there are some people who are posting, but actually their content is not really getting any proper engagement. Yeah. I would really think that not 3 times, 5 times a week. Yeah, I hope you can manage with that. Post during the working hours, usually that's the best. During the COVID period, we've seen, and my friend Mazen, he's an SEO expert. He was actually analyzing the behavior of the people on the different platforms, on the social media as well. And he has seen, and he has actually wrote a very nice article about this on LinkedIn as well, where he's demonstrating how the behavior changed. And many of us, we were actually watching all the social media more in the night hours than ever before. But I think that the wave is coming back, and he's researching more. So I'm really interested to see the numbers. Tag relevant people. That's another good one. So if you want to get some traction of your post, then maybe you can tag relevant people. But again, just tag those people who are really maybe they give you some ideas, or so give them the kind of like a shout out. Yeah, don't tag 50 people in your post. I can also see that many times. People are doing that. They write a small post and they tag 60 different people, and they think that they will get a better engagement. Actually, their reputation will be tarnished. And if you want to add hashtags, I would highly advise you to do that. These hashtags need to be relevant to your post, because only then LinkedIn will actually make or you can eligible for being highlighted or being promoted, or that's what they call trending on LinkedIn. So use maximum 3 hashtags. Actually, some people say 5. LinkedIn doesn't really like LinkedIn proper guys. They will tell you just 3. Sometimes people say 3 to 5. Me personally, I really do just 3, and I have many of my posts trending, on a weekly basis. So yeah, my experience is that more focused hashtags are more beneficial. Okay, so we were talking about all these 4 things, and now we're going to session number 5, and that's how to generate leads and increase your business. So LinkedIn conversion. So of course we all want to know how to search for the ideal clients, how to communicate in inbox, and how to move clients offline. I'm not gonna talk about it in great details, but if you want, then obviously that's something which we can discuss a little bit later. I just want to tell you that whenever you continue and doing what I said in number 1, so create your profile, engage with the customers, start connecting with the right people, and post correctly, then you will receive a lot of connection requests. You will receive a lot of people who will actually come into your inbox. So try to sort them out, figure out who are your clients, and move them offline into a business-related discussions. So this is basically the strategy how you can drive real business from LinkedIn. And if you're still wondering if LinkedIn is for you, I would say start with with this. LinkedIn is a tool, and that tool, if it's used properly, will give you visibility. If you're more visible to your clients, would you agree that if you're sharing the post, as I mentioned, helping value-added things, do you think that your credibility will increase? I think so, right? And if you're more visible to your clients, if they trust you more, you're more credible to them, there is a much higher chance that they will actually buy product or service from you, or they start a business-related discussion with you. So your expertise will get increased, and of course, that will result in more leads from LinkedIn. So this is how you can drive a proper business from LinkedIn. If you want to know how to actually calculate the ROI, which is kind of interesting, so we came up with this formula, which looks a little odd, but I will just explain to you. So C is the number of connections. So R, of course, is the ROI. So we want to calculate the ROI. Yeah? C is the number of connection per month. CR is the conversion ratio. CC is a client's conversion, and LTV is a lifetime value. Yeah. So imagine this example. You have 100 connections a month. which is, you know, like decent, you know, quite lower number. Yeah. Out of this 100, if you really focus on your target audience, out of this 100, let's say that 35% of the people might be your potential audience, target audience, potential clients. Out of this 35%, only 20% will actually go and buy service or product from you, and the lifetime value of the client is about 15,000 dirhams. Do you know what's the ROI of this activity on LinkedIn? 105,000 dirhams. I think it's a quite decent amount. So if you don't want to leave this money on the table, or on LinkedIn for that matter, so start doing things which I was telling you about. And again, if you don't know how, you can always come to us, because that's what we do, and we help businesses with, you know, strategizing how to actually drive business from LinkedIn. And what we do, we have a specific LinkedIn business audit, which is, as I mentioned, you know, some session where we analyze your profile and your business page and suggest some things. So if you're interested in this, definitely, I'm more than happy to actually go through all this with you and show you how you can actually generate this 105,000, even more. Actually, our clients are getting much more than that. There are low-hanging fruits, as I mentioned already a few times, and you will be surprised, you know, how easy it is actually to drive business from LinkedIn. Well, that's pretty much it from me today. I hope you are okay with all that. I think if you want, and I will be more than happy. I can see that some of you are already sharing your LinkedIn profiles in the chat. Do that. Yeah. Go and create connections. This is also a networking event, so see if you have something in common, and if you can form some business connection, that will be fantastic. If you want to connect with me, I will do that as well. LinkedIn.com/in/Vislav. Okay. And I'm opening a question and answers. Well, question and answers. So if you have any questions, please just let me know. If you have anything you want to ask, I will be more than happy to answer. Ravi is saying this is very informative webinar. Thank you very much as well. Mateolas is saying each new connection allows for your post to reach to this new person plus all the second connections. Well, that's not actually true. As I mentioned, you know, just be mindful. Not all connections. I mean, not all connections will see your post. It's just the potential. First of all, your post needs to be really engaging enough, so then they will reach to more people, and LinkedIn will organically push them to other people in your profile. Sometimes what we advise to our clients is, like, when you're creating a post and you're creating engaging posts, keep the text, or keep the photos, because you can reuse them again. Of course, if it can be reused, yeah. If you can use it, so maybe you can use it 1 month later, because maybe some different people will see that post after 1 month. So be mindful of this. Not all people will see your post, and do not. I would really advise you, just be mindful who you're inviting into your contact sphere. Don't just accept everybody. Be really strategic about who you want to connect with. LinkedIn is important business platform where you want to connect, especially if you are a business owner. You want to connect with a target audience. You want to connect with the people who are interested in your services, in your products, not just with anybody, because you might have a lot of views on your post, but actually no sale. And I know people, they post very very little, but they're actually driving a lot of business from LinkedIn because they are very strategic about this. And I think that's the really biggest thing which many people they're missing. So they're thinking that, the more connection means, a better or more business. Actually, that's not true. Yeah. That needs to be, there needs to be certain balance. Yeah. And then the more connections, more focused connections. So be strategic about who you're actually inviting into your contact list. I'm going to check that if there are any questions here. There is a question how to identify, find exact specific terminology, word, specific skill. I'm finding many of them are overlapping. I'm not really sure how to answer this question. You can always type, any of your skills. I think if you have any specific, I don't really know what kind of specific skills. What are you thinking about? But I think you can just put any kind of skills there. Mahesh is asking, can we do free LinkedIn campaigns? What do you mean by free LinkedIn campaigns? If you want to reach out to people on LinkedIn, then you can reach out to them. If you're talking about LinkedIn ads, and then if you want to use ads, then of course there is no, actually LinkedIn is quite expensive platform to place ads. But again, that's the thing, you need to be very strategic. So if you're strategic and you know what is your message, then many people they actually have a very good experiences with LinkedIn ads. But usually the experts on the LinkedIn ads, which I'm not, they will tell you that you need to have approximately $5,000 per month, that kind of budget, to actually make some impact on LinkedIn. Yeah. Thank you very much, Shafiq, Mateola as well. How can we automate the process of creating useful connections and engagements? So Mateola is asking about automation. There are a lot of automation tools. Again, be careful with those. Many times LinkedIn, you can end up in a LinkedIn jail, what called LinkedIn jail. So they will suspend your or they will first give you warning, and because they will assume that you're using some of the automation tools. There are many of them. DoSoup, and then there are different LinkedIn pods and things like that. What I would suggest is that if you want to, maybe you can create your own WhatsApp group, for example, or if you want to, we have a WhatsApp group as well. So if you reach out to me, we have even a Facebook group where people can post their own post, and then the others can actually go and engage with that. So that's kind of like a helping one another to get a little bit more traction on the post. So yeah, that's about it. I personally don't use any automation tools, so not even for the posting. I really when I do post, it's me. It's not any bot or anything like that. So I hope that answered that question. Are there any other questions? If you have any questions, please just put them in. So there is nothing like not relevant connection. Okay, just trying to walk through it. Or Ravi is asking if I can go back to the ROI screen. Okay, I will go to that ROI screen again. So this is it. Do you have any other questions? Anyone wants to share LinkedIn profile? Okay, that's fine. All right. Okay. I'm just checking if there are some. Can you suggest something for LinkedIn Stories? Tulika is asking. Oh yeah, that's actually very good. As you probably realize that there are LinkedIn Stories. LinkedIn Stories. Am I a big fan of it? Not really. I always think about LinkedIn as a really business platform, and I really like to go to LinkedIn to educate myself. And I feel like LinkedIn Stories is a little bit step towards kind of like a Facebook-like features or Instagram-like features. So to suggest something, I normally actually share some interesting videos which I have. So I create a video and then I share it on my stories as well, or some other things which are usually more engaging, maybe not that businessy-like. So the other day, actually, I think last night, I was sharing on my stories some of my paintings, which I just recently finished. So things like that, like a little bit more, maybe a little bit more private things rather than business related. But still, I do try to use LinkedIn Stories for my, driving my audience back to my profile and checking, for example, with the polls or with the articles and things like that. So I hope, and that's Jumana, thank you very much. It's very good in general information. I found it very helpful. I think some points need to be discussed in more details for better result. Okay, of course, when we give this webinar, also actually the seminar, we normally run it, like a whole day. That's a full day seminar. So obviously, trying to cram everything into 45 minutes, obviously doesn't really do the justice to the topic. So yeah, there are so many other things which we haven't even touched upon, like your experience about a feature, when in a profile, and then all different techniques and strategies, which you can use on your LinkedIn. So obviously there are so many other things. How can I download all the email IDs of contacts? Oh, that's a good one, Tulika. Only those people. So I was sharing that if you go to privacy settings and how LinkedIn handles my contact, my data, so you can actually download the contacts. Only those people who are who allow LinkedIn to show the contact or email ID, you will get those. Otherwise, there's no chance. Again, there are some tools which like scrape the data from LinkedIn. Those are third-party tools. It's usually paid, and yeah, if you can try to use them. They're paid things. Yeah. What's the best video length for LinkedIn? Bassem is asking. $1 million question. Yeah. Bassem is actually a very, very good friend of mine, and he's very, very active on LinkedIn, and he does absolutely awesome job on LinkedIn. And actually, he's using a lot of videos on LinkedIn. So go and check out his profile. He's a great digital marketer here in Dubai, and he does a lot of free webinars too. So thank you very much, Bassem, for this question. My answer always to this is, you need to see who is your target audience and who you're doing the video for. If it's somebody who doesn't know you, shorter is better. If it's somebody who knows you more, then you can actually extend the length or the duration of the video. So I would start actually from about 45 seconds to 30 to 1 minute, 30 seconds to 1 minute. So that's usually the video which would be more generic. And if you go down through your sales and marketing funnel, you can actually extend the length of your video, because the more people know you, the more they will be able to actually consume more of your content. That's about it. What about becoming a lion? Mateola, yeah, that's a very good question, Mateola. I'm not becoming a lion, definitely not. Just for all of you who doesn't know, lion is a LinkedIn open networker. It's a term which is used out there, and exactly that's something which I really don't believe in. I don't need to have 40,000 connections on LinkedIn. I want to have a meaningful business relationship on LinkedIn. Perhaps some people are out there, they like to connect and they like to collect connections. Good for them. Why not? Just go ahead. But if you're a business owner, I believe really, if you are a business owner, you want to be more strategic. It's like with everything what you do in the business. If you tell your who is your target audience, and you say everybody means nobody. You need to be specific, and just be mindful of this also on LinkedIn. So I'm not saying that you don't connect with anybody. No, just of course explore that. But just don't accept everybody. Like, why would you do that? Like, are they, just be really strategic of who you're connecting with. Tulika is saying that she's not a big fan of the stories. Yeah, okay, fine. Any other questions? Oh, Mateola is asking, for any post, stories or feed, give value, teach people and interesting facts about your industry, ask question. Yeah, that's absolutely correct, Lika. And as I was talking about, always think about how to give value, how to be helpful. Is the content actually which I'm putting out there, is it engaging? Would I be, if I would read it from, or if I would go to the post, would I read that kind of post from somebody else? Just think about that. Always put yourself in the shoes of your clients, and this is really important. Nihal is saying hugely informative. You packed a lot for a 1-hour session. Thank you very much, Nihal. I hope you liked it. Dr. Zakir, thank you very much as well. Tulika wants me to share the tools. Yeah, please, Tulika, get in touch with me. Get in touch with me on LinkedIn, and I will definitely show you what can be done there. Any idea when LinkedIn Live be accessible to everyone? Oh, that's a good question as well. So LinkedIn Live is actually live videos, which you need to be approved as a LinkedIn broadcaster. I kept asking LinkedIn for about 3 months, and what I understood is that if you really want to be a LinkedIn Live broadcaster, you really need to start doing some videos before that. So actually, because there are real people who are deciding if you are or not eligible for being LinkedIn Live broadcaster, so they will see your videos. So if you're not doing videos and asking for LinkedIn broadcaster, the chances are very slim. But so if you want to be a LinkedIn broadcaster, I would highly advise you to start doing videos and create videos, and only then ask actually to be a LinkedIn broadcaster. And when they are going to roll it out for everybody, honestly speaking, I really don't know. I don't have any idea. Vivian is asking, what is the meaning of can introduce you to someone on LinkedIn? Does it work? I don't really understand what it means. I'm sorry. What is the meaning of can introduce you to someone? Okay, all right. No, I got it now. So basically, if you have somebody in your connections and you see, so that person is connected, for example, with 5 people from a certain company. So that probably means that he's working in the company, or he was working, or he was connecting with the company. So actually, so that person can introduce you to some other people from this. So LinkedIn is suggesting that this person is well connected within that particular organization or within that company. So if you're actually looking for connection to that company, this is a good connection, or this is a good mediator who can refer you to that company. I hope it makes sense. Jumana, I agree. Very well said about Lion. Thank you very much. Yeah, I think. What if I create a second account to become a Lion there? Yeah, you can. You can try, definitely. Why not? Why not? If you want to, again, if you want to connect with everybody, just do it. Like I'm not questioning your objective of why you are on LinkedIn. I'm telling you what I'm doing on LinkedIn, and I'm telling you that what I do on LinkedIn is I'm interested in meaningful business relationship and business conversations. I want to do I'm posting 5 times a day, not because I have nothing else to do, but because I'm driving a lot of business through LinkedIn. So I don't want to spend time, with I don't want to say meaningless, but you know what I mean? There are a lot of other conversation and people asking me about, a lot of other things. I'm being very focused on what I want to accomplish on LinkedIn, and it's same with the business. Probably you just need to, especially if you're a business owner. So I think maybe it's slightly different if you're a job seeker, or if you're an employee and you really want to just explore more opportunities. Perhaps that's a good one. I really don't know. I've never came across people who are telling me that because they have 40,000 connections, that's why they have a 40,000 more business than than somebody who has just one connection. So that's just what I'm saying. So yeah. If you want to. Okay, any other questions? Content has to be authentic and not forward post. No, actually, Renira is asking if the content which you're posting, it needs to be authentic, or if you can share. Definitely, you can share posts. You can curate your post. That's fine. So if you find something interesting what somebody else has wrote, you can share it. That's fine. But what I'm saying is always add some value. So perhaps you can add few lines, just not simply reshare it, but you can always add few things, how did it make you feel, or why is it important for you? So that's kind of like adding value to those posts which you can be sharing. So it's not really necessary to have everything just your own post. It's not that. You can always reshare it. That's fine. Yeah. Julika is asking, what is a second level connection? A second level connection is a people who so for example, me and you, we're connected. Whoever is in my connection list and they are not on your connection list, they are your second level connections. I hope it makes sense. And third level connection, of course, are those who are connected to those second level connections. Okay. Thank you very much, Julika, for your kind words. Thank you, Jumana, as well. Perfect. Okay, so hope I answer all the questions already. I want it to be around 1 hour, is 1 hour 10 minutes. Guys, really, if you want to, please feel free. Again, I'm gonna type my link /in/ This is my LinkedIn, and if you want to, you just reach out to me, and I'll be more than happy to entertain you in this sense. It's not really entertainment, I guess, but yeah, if you want to, then I will definitely get in touch with you. So. Again, once again, thank you very much for being here. It was absolutely awesome to have you. If you want to, there is a LinkedIn Smart podcast. So go to any of your favorite podcast platform and just search for LinkedIn Smart. If you leave the review and become a subscriber, I will be more than happy. That will be absolutely fantastic. There are a lot of people. I'm usually interviewing a LinkedIn expert from all around the world. We started just about 2 months ago with this podcast. We have already 8 episodes there, and it's really a lot of important information. A lot of your questions might be answered there as well. So just go and check it out. That would be great. And if you want to follow me, of course, on the LinkedIn, I do a lot of other activities. I know that there are some podcasts, around some other webinars which will be held just next week, and then we have some other things. So obviously there are always some other activities. I can see that Santosh is here as well, and all the guys from from Empowerment Talks. I was just on the Empowerment Talks the other day, which was awesome. Whoever wants to get in touch with them, I think Santosh, you can leave your LinkedIn profile there, or at least maybe the link to Empowerment Talks, because it's really awesome platform where people connect, and they really get a lot of value from a lot of interesting topics they are doing there. Julika is there, of course, as well, of course. So anyway, thank you very much, guys, for being here. It's absolutely fantastic to have you all here. Again, if you want to connect with me, you know how to do that. Julika is already putting there the Empowerment Talks as well on WhatsApp, and also for the 5 a.m. group. So whoever wants to be early bird, you can join them as well. It's important. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. If you want to, if you don't have any more questions, I hope it was quite good. Thank you, guys, and I see you some other time. Thank you. Bye bye.